Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's second video, to the European Outlook for today's second video. So as was on a Thursday, we're having a look at weather for the next week, 10 days across Europe in detail. I'll get time back for you in a moment. Just to say about the first video today was our 6am upload, and we've got a 10-14 day with all our break features coming to you later on this afternoon. Please like, share, subscribe on videos. Thank you so very much everyone for doing that. Right, so we're going to start off with the situation across Europe today. And it's going to be pretty representative of the scenario for the coming week really, with high pressure across many eastern and central parts of Europe, low pressure out to the west. That means unsettled weather into western parts of Europe, driest weather with high pressure in the east. And we're bringing up like warm, mild or warm southerly winds. Most areas are going to have a warm few days to come. There will be cooler weather though in the extreme northern parts of Scandinavia. We see that on the upper air temperatures. Most parts of Europe bathe within those warm southerly winds, drawing up the air from North Africa and also from the Mediterranean, but the far north and northeastern and eastern part of Europe looking quite a lot colder, really cold into the far north Scandinavia, chilly across the rest of Scandinavia, and down this far eastern side of Europe. Precipitation-wise, again, we find that wet weather is in the western part of Europe, through Spain, Portugal, into France, into the UK and Ireland, into the Low Countries, Belgium, Holland, Netherlands, and just getting into the west part of Germany. Anywhere east of that, though, looks mostly dry until we get over towards the Black Sea. Much of Scandinavia looks dry, though there will be some wintry showers and snow showers in the far north of Scandinavia today. Cold across Scandinavia, especially in the north, and chilly through these eastern and northeastern parts of Europe, including the Baltic Sea states of Latvia, Estonia and Lithuania, down to Ukraine. But as we come further southwards and westwards, it turns a good deal warmer, especially so, again, through this west side of Europe, looking nice and warm through France, for example. Into tomorrow, Friday, low pressure coming in off the Atlantic. That brings unsettled weather into the western side of Europe. At the same time, high pressure will be dominating the central and eastern regions. Upper air temperatures look warm in nearly all areas, except in the extreme north of Scandinavia. And precipitation-wise, there'll be further showers along spells of rain through the western part of Europe, so through Spain, Portugal, through France, into Germany, into the Low Countries, just up Denmark, and the southern tip of the Scandinavian peninsula, and UK and Ireland as well will have wet weather. Over the north across most parts of Scandinavia, it will be dry until we run some snow. The extreme north of Scandi, and then heading on into the east part of Europe, mostly dry through there. Temperature-wise, it's going to be warm or mild across most parts of Central and Western Europe. It will be colder in the far north and northeast of Europe. Saturday keeps the scenario going. Really high pressure is reaching through this eastern part of Europe again and into the southeast of Europe too. Low pressure will be out in western. This area of low pressure will start to try and bring colder air southwards into Scandinavia. So cold air gathering through the Norwegian Sea, just trying to push into the far north Scandinavia. But otherwise, again, most parts of Europe looking really mild or warm on Saturday, and particularly so through the Mediterranean. Actually looks very warm, even hot, you will say, through much of the Mediterranean. May dry through the Med as well, so not too bad at all if you want a bit of late sunshine down in the Mediterranean. Have the Mediterranean holiday, looks mostly dry there, away from like northern Spain, Portugal anyway. Most parts of the Med from eastern Spain all the way over to Greece, looking mostly dry. Going further northwards, we've got showers around the Alps, maybe some thunderstorms through there, and then showers into southern parts of Scandinavia as well, and more wet weather through Portugal and northern Spain into the Bay of Biscay, just pushing northwards in towards parts of the UK and Ireland. But maybe a slightly drier day for the rest of parts of Europe actually on Saturday. Scandinavia looks mostly dry until we find this band of rain, sleet and snow moving in from the Norwegian Sea into northern parts, central parts of Norway. Temperature-wise, it looks cold across the extreme north of Europe, but actually most areas again looking very mild or warm. Sunday will take that area of low pressure through the north of Scandinavia, pulling in those cold north or northeast winds, so a blast of winter into the far northern part of Scandinavia on Sunday. But otherwise, again, most places are seeing wind being drawn up from a southerly direction, and low pressure comes in off the Atlantic, bringing further spells of rain to the upper air temperatures are looking like that. Again, really mild, if not very warm, from North Africa through the Med into these western parts of it. Will be colder though through central and northern parts of Scandinavia, so those cold northerly winds dig in. That warmth does extend over towards the eastern side of Europe as well on Sunday. Showers along the spells of rain in the west of Europe again on Sunday. Anywhere from Germany eastwards, looking mostly dry, but then again, looking mostly dry away from the southern coast of the Côte d'Azur anyway. And further north through Scandinavia, it will be colder there, so precipitation will be falling as snow, especially through central and northern parts of Scandinavia. Temperature-wise, it does look cold through Scandinavia, again, particularly through central and northern regions, but we come southwards from, like, Denmark southwards, it's generally a lot warmer. Monday will bring more low pressure into the western side of Europe. We're trying to get a bit of Scandinavian high going within that cold air, but I think that's doomed to fail with these areas of low pressure coming in off the Atlantic. But warmth is across southern, eastern, southeastern parts of Europe, perhaps on Monday. So with the upper air temperatures, we see where the warmth is, a dome of warmth really through the Med up into east parts of Europe. It will be staying cooler though out to west, and again something quite cold across Scandinavia. Showers along spells of rain begin to extend a little bit further eastwards on Monday, so starting to bring some wet weather through Germany, possibly even in towards Poland, and also through some parts of Scandinavia there will be some wet weather, a mixture of rain, sleet and snow on the northern edge of that wet weather. Probably France, UK and Ireland has showers, mostly dry through the Med, mostly dry through the southeastern corner of Europe as well. Temperature-wise, it looks warm, but perhaps not quite as warm as it has been, but it looks generally warm through much of the Med and through the Balkans as well, into the southeastern part of Europe. Temperatures easily into the 20s Celsius up there. It is cooler, I think, for the UK and Ireland on Monday, a slightly cooler day then, and feeling properly cold over Scandinavia, looking properly cold over Scandinavia and just into that northeastern corner into the Baltic Sea states. Next area of low pressure starts coming off the Atlantic through into Tuesday, so another push of southerly winds being drawn up as a ridge again builds across those central and eastern, southeastern parts of Europe again. The upper air temperatures, they're looking nice and warm through the Med, and the cold air of Scandinavia beginning to retreat a little bit further northwards as well, I think, by the time we get through to Tuesday. Showers along the spells of rain, snow on the northern edge through Scandinavia, that coming southwards into those eastern, northeastern parts of Europe. Further showers through France, into southern parts of Germany, and around the Alps, and you see the next massive heavy rain beginning to encroach into Spain, Portugal, France, the UK and Ireland as well. More wet weather lurking in the Atlantic. But again, most parts of the Med look mostly dry, especially this eastern, southeastern part of the Mediterranean, mostly dry, sunny, and pretty warm as well. Temperatures at least into the mid-20s Celsius through much of the Med. It is colder though across central and northern parts of Scandi. Wednesday, the scenario goes on. High pressure dominating across central and eastern areas. Low pressure is out to west, up and coming those warm southerly winds again. The cold air is just holding on across far north Scandinavia, but most areas are actually bathed in those warm southerly winds. More wet weather heading into western side of Europe on Wednesday, with showers, longer spells of rain, possibly sleet and snow mixed in through Scandinavia into Finland and then down into Baltic Sea states. Otherwise, with high pressure dominating most central and eastern parts of Europe, actually looking mainly dry. Warm again up the western side of Europe. Another push of warm southerly winds brings warmth back up western side of Europe. Northern Europe looking quite cold though. Thursday, again, high pressure dominates across central and eastern areas. Low pressure is out to the west. We're still drawing up those southerly winds. On and on this goes. So once more, the upper air temperatures looking very mild, if not warm. The coldest of the area over North Scandinavia gradually retreating away actually a little bit at the end of the week. More showers, longer spells of rain dominating across these western parts of Europe. Most central and eastern parts of Europe looking mainly dry under the area of high pressure. The temperatures look warm in nearly all areas away from Scandinavia and the far northeastern part of Europe. And I'll just run you up to day 10. So this is Friday next week. The scenario continues. High pressure dominates through the eastern, southern part of Europe. Low pressure out to the northwest, bringing further spells of rain. All areas looking quite warm with both southerly winds. And then to the final weekend of October, 29th and 30th, we just start pulling something a bit colder into the northwest Europe, with this area of low pressure moving into Scandinavia. That sees the warmest of the air retreating to more southern and eastern areas as the northwest Europe begins to turn just a little bit colder then. But I would suspect probably only temporarily, who knows. Right, well, that's it for European Outlook for this week. We'll do it all over again next week. We're going to be back later on with your 10 to 14 day. That will include all our great features, so come back for that then. For the European Outlook, though, for this week, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.